So today, we are going to be listening to the top 10 singles of the Drifters from 1960 to 1964. I'm particularly excited for this because the Drifters in the 1950s, they had an album, very unceremonious album, is not a big name in any meaningful way that I know of, did not chart or anything, but they had an album called Rockin' and Driftin' that I heard when we were covering the 1950s music, and I was completely blown away. The Drifters, though, as far as I understand, have no real unifying identity of core lineup members. The group started and is perhaps most known to people as Clyde McPhatter and the Drifters, but he was only with the group for like a year, like their first year, I think, and then he dipped. So I kind of think of the Drifters as being Ben E. King's group, but I don't even know which of the vocalists here is Ben E. King. So I'm curious to hear what the Drifters are doing as of these early 60s years, even if it's not technically the same lineup of people. I don't know.
Everybody knows you came with him, but another girl caught his eye. Now you're sitting there all alone, watching them dance by. I'll take you home. And I know you're wondering what you'll do if he doesn't come back to you. But don't worry, I'll take you home. So little girl, don't you be blue. Now I know that you wore that pretty red dress just for him to see.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but I wanna tell you that red dress looks good to me. Oh, I know you feel like you wanna die, but try pretending that I'm your guy. And don't worry, I'll take you home. So little girl, now don't you cry. I'll take you home when the dance is over. I'll take you home, just you wait and see. You're gonna dance that last dance with me. Let me tell you now, I know the way that you feel, I can understand. I'll take you home, 'cause I had a date just like you when the dance began. I'll take you home, but the girl I came with just wasn't true. She's the girl who took him from you. So you see now, I'll take you home, 'cause little girl, I'm lonely too.
All right, I like that melody.
Let me tell you now, I know the way that you feel, I can understand. I'll take you home.
Still hearing the echo?
I had a date just like you when the dance began. I'll take you home, but the girl I came with just wasn't true. She's the girl who took him from you. So you see now, I'll take you home, 'cause little girl, I'm lonely too. I'll take you home, 'cause little girl, I'm lonely too. Yeah, I'll take you home, 'cause little girl, I'm lonely too.
So this song right here was a very nice and clean example of their sound. I think fidelity-wise, it's much sharper than the 50s material that I have heard, which I guess, of course, is maybe perhaps obvious. But a nice melody there, a nice kind of danceable thing, very sweet. Now I have a little bit more experience with R&B music than I did, or this era R&B music than I did when I first heard them. So now I feel like I can draw connections and parallels to other artists that have similar type sounds. The songwriters Barry Mann and Cynthia Whale were the hit makers. These two who wrote this song here. Okay. Great Brill Building song. Okay, all right. So they're part of that whole setup in New York, right? Because the Drifters here themselves are a New York group, so I guess that would stand to reason. This song, just to reiterate, was 25 on the pop charts and 24 on the R&B charts. Now we're going to move up to number 18 on the pop charts and a nice, cool number 8 on the R&B charts.
Well, Saturday night at 8 o'clock, I know where I'm gonna go. I'm gonna pick my baby up and take her to the picture show. Everybody in the neighborhood is dressing up to be there too.
Oh.
And we're gonna have a ball just like we always do. Saturday night at the movies. Who cares what picture you see?
Hey.
When you're hugging with your baby, last row in the balcony. Well, there's Technicolor and the CinemaScope, a cast out of Hollywood, and the popcorn from the candy
Second earlier,
stand
okay.
makes it all seem twice as good. There's always lots of pretty girls with figures they don't try to hide, but they never can compare to the girl sitting by my side. Saturday night at the movies. Who cares what picture you see? When you're hugging with your baby, last row in the balcony.
This one is beautiful. Do I want to offset it the other way?
Saturday night at the movies. Who cares what picture you see? When you're hugging with your baby, last row in the balcony. Whoa, Saturday night at the movies. Who cares what picture you see? When you're hugging with your baby, last row in the balcony.
Something's very wrong with my sound. Oh my god. What's going on here? I think it's okay now. Let's keep going. Sorry everybody, but I did really like that song. I like that even more than the first one, I would say. I'm getting kind of Smokey Robinson Miracles type. That's the closest analog I've got.
I have counted every day since you've been away. It seems
bud.
like 1,000 years. And at late at night, late at night, I sit and count the tears. I have counted all your lies, all your alibis. I'm a guy, believe just what he hears. And at late at night, late at night,
This is a hit.
I sit and count the tears. She's gone and found somebody new.
Ooh.
He may be happy now, but soon he'll be counting every day that you've been away. It'll seem like 1,000 years. And at late at night,
Huh.
late at night, he'll sit and count his tears. He'll sit and count his tears. He'll sit and count his tears.
Maybe let us know who the songwriters were. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. So I Count the Tears is a song written by Doc. I know I've done this 50 times. Is it Pomus or Pomus? I'm going to say Pomus. I Count the Tears written by Doc Pomus and Mort Schumann with Ben E. King singing lead. That makes sense to me. His main lead voice there is what I most associate, I think, with the Drifters sound. Perhaps erroneously. Yeah, that was great. That was maybe my favorite so far. I think we're just getting better with each one, which does not often happen as we, climb these charts. It's usually all over the place, to my estimation. But that one was great. That one reached number 6 on the R&B charts and number 17 on the pop charts. Next one, we're climbing up even higher. Number 16 on the pop charts and number 4 on the R&B charts.
This magic moment, so different and so new, was like any other until I kissed you, and then it happened. It took me by surprise.
I've heard this from somebody.
That you felt it too, by the look in your eye, sweeter than wine, softer than the summer night. Everything I want, I have. Whenever I hold you tight, this magic moment, while your lips are close to mine, will last forever, forever till the end of time.
That whole
sweeter than wine, softer than the summer.
That's crazy.
Everything I want, I have. Whenever I hold you tight, this magic moment, while your lips are close to mine, will last forever, forever till the end of time.
Drifters. They're doing me justice. I hyped them up, and so far they're proving me right. That one was written by Doc Pomus and pianist Mort Schumann, as always, led by Ben E. King, and as is mentioned here, was also a big hit for Jay and the Americans. But this is the better version, say some people. I cannot speak on that. But I did think that was great. That was the most uniquely produced of our bunch here so far, and the most that, despite being the biggest of the hits so far, felt to me the least like one aiming to be a big hit, Like it had the swirling, whirling string production on there. And then when the beat would drop, it just did so in a very subtle way instead of like a big, dramatic, club hopping drop, That one was very interesting. Not my immediate favorite for that reason, but definitely piques my interest. Definitely a strong song. Very good so far.
Sweets for my sweets, sugar for my honey, your tasty kiss thrills me so. Sweets for my sweets, sugar for my honey, I'll never ever let you go.
Ooh.
If you want it, that star that shines so brightly, to match the stardust in your eyes, darling, I would chase that bright star nightly and try to steal it from the sky. 'Cause I would give sweets for my sweets, sugar for my honey, your tasty kiss thrills me so. Sweets for my sweets, sugar for my honey, I'll never ever let you go.
I'm like on the fence about this one.
And if you needed a drink to keep you smiling, I'll tell the Sandman you were blue, and I'll ask him to keep that sand a piling till your dreams would come true. 'Cause I would give
Sweets for my sweets,
sugar for my
honey, your tasty kiss thrills me so. Sweets for my sweets,
sugar for my honey. I never ever let you go.
Good instrumentation again. Interesting
If you
instrumentation.
wanted a love to last forever, then I would spin my love your way, and my love would only last forever, but forever in a day. 'Cause I would give sweets for my sweets, sugar for my honey, your tasty kiss thrills me so. Sweets for my sweets, sugar for my honey, I'll never ever let you go.
Huh. Oh, we're just fading out that fast. All right, so that was my least favorite here. It didn't all the way not work for me though, but it was just the hook. It was just a little too sweet. It was a little too saccharine. It was a little too sugary and high, you know. But I did like all of that instrumentation. I thought was great. The percussion there was really cool. The general melody was fine, but then just a little overdone for me there. There are other versions here. There's the Searchers, C.J. Lewis. I'm not familiar with either of those versions, but this is originally for the Drifters. Again, written by Doc Pomus and Mort Schumann. Not my favorite so far. I could see why that would be kind of charting though, because it could get stuck in your head. I pray that it doesn't for me, but not terrible. Just a little bit too much for me. Damn, we're flying through these already. Did I even say the last one? The last one made it to number 16 on the pop charts and number 10 on the R&B charts. This one made it to number 14 on the pop charts, but only number 13 on the R&B charts. I would not mind a ballad on this here list, because I do think that that's something that they excel at. But I would not be surprised that a ballad is not going to make it to the top of the pop charts. Here we go.
Don't go,
Please stay,
don't go.
please stay. If I got on my knees and I plead with you not to go but to stay in my arms, would you walk out the door like you did once before? Will this time be different? Would you stay?
Don't go,
Please stay.
don't go.
If I call out your name like a prayer tonight, would you leave me alone with my tears, knowing I need your soul? Would you still turn and go? Would this time be different in some way?
Don't go,
Please stay.
don't go.
Please
Or
stay.
Baccarat. Huh.
You took me away from the rest of the world when you taught me to love you like this. Now I hang by a thread in the canyon of doom, but I still can be saved by your kiss.
The Canyon of Doom?
If I got on my knees and I pleaded with you not to go but to stay in my arms, would you walk out the door like you did once before? Would this time be different? Would you stay?
Don't go,
Please stay.
don't go,
Please stay.
don't go.
Please stay.
That was the closest thing we've gotten to a ballad, but I liked what it was doing there, except for the guy saying, "Don't go." Came on like Patrick Star. He kind of just was betraying the mood of the song because it was a little bit funny every time he came in, and the rest of the song was a little bit more sentimental and sad. I appreciate the effort, but that one didn't quite work for me. This is my least favorite. Oh. The Don't Go guy ruins this one. Yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't want to say ruins it. It's still a pretty dang good song, but yeah. Surprised this charted higher than Iconic Magic Moment. Yeah, I think there have been some other more successful songs that we've heard so far. Or at least ones that are more cohesive, like they work together more fully. Like with each of these ones, this one and Sweets for My Sweet, there have been an element where I'm like, I like all of it except for this one part. And you'd think that would have happened a little lower on the charts, but I don't know. All right, on to our next one. We're in the top 10 of Billboard now. So this song went to number 9 on the Billboard pop charts and number 7 on the R&B charts.
They say the neon lights are bright on Broadway.
Oh, I know this song.
They say there's always magic in the air on Broadway. But when you're walking down that street
So quiet.
and you ain't had enough to eat, the glitter is right off and you're nowhere on Broadway. They say the girls are something else on Broadway. But looking at them just gives me the blues. 'Cause how you gonna make some time when all you got is one thin dime, and one thin dime won't even shine your shoes on Broadway. They say that I won't last too long on Broadway. I'll catch a Greyhound bus for home, they all say. But oh, they did wrong, I know they are. 'Cause I can play this here guitar,
Yeah.
and I won't pretend I'm a star on Broadway. Oh, they did wrong, I know they are. 'Cause I can play this here guitar, and I won't pretend I'm a star on Broadway. On Broadway. On Broadway. On Broadway. I'll be
Huh.
on Broadway. I'll be a big man. I'll have my name in lights. Everybody's gonna know me, yeah. All up and down Broadway.
That one was also kind of interesting. I'm digging some of these later ones that, like I said, they have these interesting components. They don't feel quite as pop-y to me. I mean, maybe this one's a bad example because that hook is definitely an earworm with that call and response on Broadway. That'll get stuck in your head. But I feel like the first couple songs were still the most, like, you know, well, I guess I attributed them to kind of having like a Miracles sound to them, like a Smokey Robinson sweetness to them. And these ones have been a little bit more, like this one was a little more dynamic, a little more subdued, a little more mellow, just kind of chill, but I did like that quite a bit. And this song was written by Barry Mann and Cynthia Weil in collaboration with good old Lieber and Stoller. which I did not expect. I know Lieber and Stoller did a whole bunch of songs for the Coasters, I want to say, but I did not know that they had co-written this one and that the Drifters had it. Yeah, Marvel here. What the heck? Saying I'm glad Benny King left. Benny King is, like I said before, the main frontman of the Drifters that I know. I'm not really familiar with the Clyde McPhatter era or subsequent eras, so to me, he is the lead, you know? But to each their own, you know? Yeah, that was a good song. That was an interesting one. We've got 3 more now. I'll be very surprised if the next 3 continue in this direction. I expect a return to sweetness as we conquer the charts, because we're now up to number 5 on the pop chart and number 4 on the R&B chart, right? Big old crossover hit. I need something to dance to.
Up on the roof, up on the roof.
When this old world starts getting me down and people are just too much for me to face,
On the roof,
I climb way up to the top of the stairs and all my cares just drift right into space. On the roof, it's peaceful as can be. And there the world below can bother me. Let me tell you now, when I come home feeling tired and weak, I go up where the air is fresh and sweet. I get away from the hustling crowd and all that rat race noise down in the street. On the roof, the only place I know where you just have to wish to make it so. Let's go up on the roof.
up on the roof.
Yep, Carole King song. And Goffin.
At night the stars put on a show for free. And darling, you can share it all with me. I keep a telling you right smack dab in the middle of town. I found a paradise that's trouble-proof. And if this world starts getting you down, there's room enough for 2 up on the roof. Up on the roof.
Hell yeah.
Come on, baby. Oh, come on.
Up on the roof.
Yeah, that was a good highlight for me there. Nice, clear, very strong one. You know, nothing too crazy on there, nothing too subdued. They just came and said, "Here's a great song." Fantastic, great melody. I like the horns on that coming in to do the echoing sentiment. The drums on there were fun. A lot of build-ups and releases that went over really well. Just a fun song. Fun song. Became a major hit in the early 1963. In the UK, it was a top 10 success for singer Kenny Lynch, whose version was also released in 1962. Great song, great melody, great fun. That feels like a nice, good watermark for early 60s R&B to me, to my ears and what I've experienced, you know? So that was great. Okay, we started on Broadway. Well, first we told, you know, we had a magic moment with a girl. We gave sweets to her because she's our sweet. Something went wrong. We begged her to stay, but then we didn't stay in place. We went to Broadway, and then we went up on the roof, and now we're going under the boardwalk. We're going all over the place. How is this girl supposed to follow us?
Oh, when the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof,
I've heard
And
this,
your
right?
shoes get so hot, you wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby's where I'll be.
Under the boardwalk,
Out of the sun,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be having some fun.
under the boardwalk,
People walking above,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be making love
under the boardwalk.
boardwalk. From the park you hear the happy sounds of a carousel. You can almost taste the hot dogs and french fries they sell. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah.
Whoa.
On a blanket with my baby, it's where I'll be.
Under the boardwalk,
Out of the sun,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be having some fun.
under the boardwalk,
People walking above,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be making love
under the boardwalk, boardwalk.
down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby, that's where I'll be.
Under the boardwalk,
Out of the sun,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be having some fun.
under the boardwalk,
People
Bruce
walking
Willis?
above,
under the boardwalk,
we'll be falling in love
under the boardwalk, boardwalk.
Beautiful. Don't start the next one. That was a hit for me also. That was great and super, super catchy. I mean, you can't deny how catchy that is. You know the hook by the end of the song the first time hearing it. Love me a song like that. Nice and, yeah, I like the lyrics. The verse, it was very visual. Nice melody, nice instrumentation. I'm glad that I listened to this song, especially because I now know the name of the instrument. This instrument has been plaguing me for years. I don't know how to quite say this. It's got the German U with the dots on it. A gyro, Guiro, is a percussion instrument consisting of an open-ended hollow gourd with parallel notches cut in one side. It is played by rubbing a stick or tines along the notches to produce a zipper-like ratchet sound. So that's what was making that. I have been hearing that sound since I was a child, and it's on one of the songs in Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. It's like track 3 or 4 or 5. I remember hearing that on a CD for the first time, and it would drive me freaking crazy.
It's like track 3 or 4 or 5.
And now I know what that instrument is called. A gyro? Hero? Is it the sandwich? I have no idea. But that's the only thing that didn't quite work for me on that particular song there. I'm not crazy about whatever that instrument. I just don't. It just never hits for me. But everything else here was great. Great vocal performance. Who was our lead on this one? Rudy Lewis. What the? Ooh. The song was set to be recorded on May 21st, 1964, but the Drifters' lead singer, Rudy Lewis, died of a suspected heroin overdose the night before. Lewis had sung lead on most of their hits since the 1960 departure of Ben E. King, including Up on the Roof. Rather than reschedule the studio session, the lead on Under the Boardwalk was given to the group's other lead vocalist, Johnny Moore, who had returned to the group in April '63. You're telling me that they seriously still had to go to the studio the very next morning? Are you serious? They really had to go to the studio the very next day because it was already scheduled? Holy shit. Wow. Okay, well, anyways, remember that, making love under the boardwalk while people walked above. No, No, I don't remember that. I did not ever do that. I can't say that I did do that. Y'all freaks. No, I'm just kidding. I would have done that if there had been boardwalks, I believe, to be doing that. The show must go on, I guess, but like, no. No. No, 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 no. Anyways, Johnny Moore, I guess, leads on the song, and he was fantastic on there. I thought that was a great lead performance. They went to the studio to honor. Maybe. You know, you could look at it that way. They could look at it as that's what he would have wanted us to do. I don't know. Our next song, our final song, is a number 1 on the pop chart and a number 1 on the R&B chart. Talk about success. This is a song from 1960 called Save the Last Dance for Me, and how fitting that it is the closer for this episode. Let's hope it's a hit.
You can dance every dance with the guy who gives you the eye, let him hold you tight. You can smile every smile for the man who held your hand neath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music's fine, like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun. Laugh and sing. But while we're apart, don't give your heart to anyone. But don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Baby, don't you know I love you so? Can't you feel it when we touch? I will never, never let you go. I love you oh so much. You can dance, go and carry on till the night is gone and it's time to go. If he asks, if you're all alone, can he take you home? You must tell him no. 'Cause don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Don't forget who's taking you home and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Save the last dance for me. Save the last dance for me.
Beautiful. That was a nice closer. I like that quite a bit. Not the biggest, to me, not the biggest, poppiest, catchiest one on here, but very nice. A very nice button on the at the end of this, you know. But I shouldn't really give it that credit when it's just otherwise, you know, one of a string of their singles. But very good nonetheless. Very nice singing on there. Great. I like the instrumental break on there. That was fun. The strings got kind of crazy. That was nice. So this was written by Doc Pomus and Mort Schumann again with the Drifters. It has been covered by many artists, including Michael Bublé and Dolly Parton. In a 1990 interview, songwriter Doc Pomus tells the story of the song being recorded by the Drifters and originally designated as the B-side of the record. He credits Dick Clark with turning the record over and realizing Save the Last Dance was the stronger song. What's on the B-side? Nobody But Me. Okay. This single was produced by Lieber and Stoller, who at the time had an apprentice relationship with the then unknown Phil Spector. Ooh, we're connecting things that I did not know connected. Lieber and Stoller connect with Phil Spector. Ooh. Okay. Although he was working with Lieber and Stoller at the time, it is unknown whether Spector assisted with the production of this record. However, many Spector fans have noticed similarities between this record and other music he would eventually produce on his own. Interesting. In the song, the narrator tells his lover she is free to mingle and socialize throughout the evening, but to make sure to save him the last dance. During an interview on Elvis Costello's show Spectacle, Lou Reed, who worked with Pomus, said the song was written on the day of Pomus's wedding while the wheelchair-using groom watched his bride dancing with their guests. Pomus had polio and at times used crutches to get around. His wife, Willie Burke, however, was a Broadway actress and dancer. The song gives his perspective of telling his wife to have fun dancing, but reminds her who will be taking her home and in whose arms you're gonna be. Wow. That's a crazy perspective on the song that I was not necessarily expecting. Thank you, Wikipedia. So, I don't think it shows the stars, yeah, but I probably did give the stars to, like, almost every song on here. I think that they were great. Just a couple that I didn't all the way mess with. Sweets for My Sweet was probably my least favorite. The first few really were strong. The last few were really strong. I'll Take You Home, Saturday Night at the Movies, I Count the Tears, This Magic Moment. Those were all great. On Broadway, Up on the Roof, Under the Boardwalk, Everywhere was great. Save the Last Dance for me. The Drifters are very talented. They've got very talented singers. A lot of tragedy, people passing away. A lot of drifting of the members of the group. But when they come together, whoever comes together, whoever's producing them, if it's Phil Spector, it's Lieber and Stoller, if it's Carole King writing for them or Doc Pomus, like, they know that there's something there and they give them some hits every now and then. It's great. I would still say, for anybody who hasn't heard it, if you can get your hands on the album Rockin' and Driftin', and it's interesting to, again, hear how they fit into this early 60s slot as R&B especially, but many things are changing in the musical landscape, you know. Lieber and Stoller are most famous for owning Redbird Records, home of the Shangri-Las. Remember Walking in the Sand, Leader of the Pack? I don't remember those things, no. Do the Shangri-Las? Probably should. You're probably right about that. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I enjoyed the Drifters. I don't know if there is an exact roadmap for continuing on with them, if it's necessary to do so, but what I do have of theirs, what I have heard of theirs, is great and appreciated.